Da-da-da-da-da-da! It's now time for another vacation rental mailbag. Today's focus is on the difference between a short-term rental, a vacation rental, and an Airbnb, and what that means to you. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by housecleaning360.com. That is a website that partners homeowners with house cleaners. So if you have an Airbnb or a vacation rental and you're looking for a house cleaner, there is a brand new feature on housecleaning360.com where you click that and you say, yes, I do turnover service. So instead of just saying you do janitorial or house cleaning or whatever, you say I do turnover service. Now you can do a search for turnover service and you can find in your area the house cleaners that do turnover service. So if you are a house cleaner, get on over there right now and make sure that that box is checked so that you can have business coming your way. housecleaning360.com. All right, on to today's show, which is really a fun topic. This comes in from lots of different texts and emails and all kinds of stuff. People want to know, what is the difference between an Airbnb, a short-term rental, and a vacation rental? And is there a difference in the cleaning and how long the stay and all those things? So we're going to break it down and unpack it for you, and we're going to share a little bit about the differences and the similarities. All right, so the very first thing, a short-term rental. A short-term rental, well, let's first say that all three of them, an Airbnb, a short-term rental, and a vacation rental, are all furnished properties. Somebody lives in all of those properties, and so they're all furnished. So you're just going to rent them like a hotel room for a night or a week or a month or whatever. Now, a short-term rental is usually a rental that's like under 6 months. So there's a lease attached to it. And this might be for, let's say, an actor that's coming in town, and they're going to shoot a movie, but the movie is only going to be shooting for 40 days or something. So instead of them paying for a hotel night every single night, they would just sign a lease for maybe 1 month or 2 months to just rent this house or an apartment to stay there during the time that they're shooting this movie. So it's going to be a short-term rental. Now, short-term rentals are also used for a lot of business people. If you're working on a contract and you have a 6 or 8 week project that you're working on, a lot of contractors do this, where they will go and they will rent a house. And this is more like a vacation rental where they're renting a house for the period of time. So it can be a short-term or a vacation rental. The vacation rental is usually a vacation rental. You use it for vacations. And this could be like a week or a month or something like that. The vacation rental is going to be a fully furnished place. There are no people that live there. It's just designated for vacations. And so it might have an extra set of dishes, extra set of towels, all these extra things, but you're using it. You're going to invite your whole family in. You're going to stay at this one place. It's the vacation rental. And so that's very different from an Airbnb, where the Airbnb might have people living in it. And you're not renting out the whole house. You're just renting out like a bedroom. And so maybe, for example, a couple had 3 kids and now their kids are off to school and they have 3 extra bedrooms. So now they're just renting out those bedrooms. So when you go to an Airbnb, the difference is a lot of times you may have a shared bathroom. You may not even have your own bathroom, but it's shared with someone else. Or maybe they will have like a shared refrigerator and you have like one shelf that you get to put your stuff on. And so there are rules and regulations, and you got to be careful because there are other people that live in the house. And so you want to make sure you don't have loud music and parties and all that stuff because there are people that live there. And so that's the real big difference between the three. There's a house that you rent as a whole week or a whole month that's a vacation home and nobody lives there. It's just furnished and you just go have fun. Then there's the Airbnb where you live with someone else and you're sharing a room of their house, like a house share. And then there's the short-term rental where you are renting the whole space, but it's going to be for a month or 2 months or 6 months or something like that. It's not a regular lease that goes on for a year or 2 years or 5 years. It's just a short-term rental. So that's really the basic difference between the two. Now that I've said that, the rules can all change depending on the listing and how the occupant or the owner sees the property. Because it's not cut and dried, it's not very clear. But now that you kind of understand the difference, the cleaning is a little bit different as well. Okay, so that leads us to the next question. What is the difference in the cleaning? The cleaning is different in the Airbnb that you may be hired to only come in and turn that room. You're going to turn that room and the bathroom that the guest used. You may not be hired to clean the Airbnb entire house. You might be invited to clean up part of the kitchen area or the coffee area, the bathroom, and the bedroom. That might be it. And then there might be occasionally, like once a month or something, where you clean the whole entire house. And so that's the cleaning that you're getting hired to do. Come in every day and do that turnover service. Turn that bedroom real quick, get people out, right? That's going to be your whole cleaning. Then the other cleaning for the short-term rental, that might be where you have regulated cleaning, where you're required to come in once a week just to maintain the property. And the person that has the short-term rental is going to pay for that. That's part of their contract or part of their lease. So you're only going in once a week. You're not going to turn it every day. You're not bringing them new linens. You're not taking away their dirty laundry, any of those things. You're just coming in to clean that space on a weekly basis. Now, the vacation rental is a little bit different because the vacation rental might be that after 3 or 4 days, let's say that someone is staying for 10 days, it might be after 3 or 4 days that you do come in and you bring extra linens and you cart away bedding or whatever to wash it off site, and you may empty the trash and you may do some maintenance clean in between. So the rules for the cleaning are a little bit different depending on the property and the length of the stay of the guests. And so that is something to be considered as well. So that leads us to the next question. And the next question is, what do you charge in the differences? Okay, that also goes back to what type of cleaning are you doing? Are you doing the daily clean where you're just cleaning a bedroom and a bathroom? Because that's going to be a whole lot less than if you're cleaning an entire vacation rental, which is the upstairs and the downstairs and the outside patio area and the hot tub, and you're doing all the restocking and all the staging, and it's an entire place. That's going to cost a whole lot more money. And for a turnover room, I know people that charge anywhere from $40 to $70 for a quick turnover for a room and a bathroom, maybe wipe down the kitchen. And for a vacation rental, they're charging $500, $600, $800 for that week, when the people that have rented the place for the week have paid like $2,000 or $3,000 to stay at that vacation rental. The short-term rental, where you're going in once a week, is going to be a smaller maintenance clean. It's going to be a light-duty cleaning. You're going to, not deep cleaning, you're going to go in and do all the regular maintenance clean, and it's going to be a much lower price. The charge for that is going to be a much lower price than the nightly fee or also the big vacation rental. And so the cleaning fee is going to be less as well. And so this is just a regular maintenance fee. If you charge $30 an hour, it's still going to be like your $30 an hour fee. You're not going to jack up the price or anything because it's a short-term rental, because they're not paying a nightly fee, they're paying like a monthly fee. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. So adjust your pricing accordingly. And this is the time where it's okay to have an upfront conversation with the host or the owner or the property manager and just say, hey, listen, my pricing varies a little bit. I want to stay in alignment with your budget. What is your budget for this property? What are you prepared to pay? Are you charging a cleaning fee to the guest or the people that are staying or whatever? And what is that? And is that pass-through? Pass-through means that it comes directly to you as the house cleaner and that they're not taking a cut of that. Now, the cut of that, if they say, yes, we're taking a cut of that, the cut of it often covers the price of laundry, where they're outsourcing some of their laundry to another service. And so they might say, well, part of the cleaning is us washing the linens and replacing the towels and all those things. That might be part of their cleaning fee that they're not passing through to you. So if you're not doing the laundry, that might be part of the agreement. But this is the time where you want to have just an upfront conversation and say, hey, I don't want to lose the job, but I don't want to overbid either. So what is in alignment with what you're working with? And let's see if we can find a way to make it work. Alrighty, I hope that helps a little bit. And if you found this helpful, please share it with a friend. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.